Hello everyone and welcome back to another Ambitious Cruise video, and today I'll be showing you my Super Boss teams versus the Super Boss versus Yamato. So these teams are 100% free to play. No matter if you don't have any rare recruits in the game, if you don't have any legends, then these teams will be for you. A few disclaimers. One, I will be using legend friend captains, so if you don't have any of those, then you might be in a bit of a trouble. But I will be using very common friend captains like the new Gear 5 Luffy and his Super Evolution, so you should be able to find at least one or two of those friend captains to allow you to get and be able to use these teams. Another disclaimer is that all the treasure map units in these that I use in these teams that do have a level 0 break, you do need to have those maxed. So if the character has a level 1 break, you need to have it maxed for the team to work. Especially for the captains, they need to have that level 1 break to make sure that they have decent captain abilities. These teams all deal around in the ballpark of 700 to a billion damage, so it's very decent for free-to-play teams. I'm very happy with how much damage free-to-play teams can do nowadays because of these new level 1 breaks that the treasure map units have gotten. But let's get straight into the teams. There is 3 different super bosses this time around. Sometimes there's only 2. Okay, so for the first team here against the Dex variant against the 15-star Kizuna boss, we are running Crocodile as our main damage dealing captain. Now we are running the friend captain of the new Strength Kaido, so make sure you do use him, otherwise the team will deal a lot less damage. So Kaido himself is going to provide us a very good orb boost, a very good 3x conditional attack boost, and also give us a X super, which allows us to get super class and super type, and he's also going to give us a enemy increased damage taken, so you can see why he's very important for the damage. As for how the team works, stage 1 we're going to use Bonnie, and she's going to allow us to gradually get more chain buffs over the course of the quest. Stage 1 will have a chain boost, stage 2 will have a chain boundary as well as the chain boost, and then on the final stage we'll have a chain boost, chain boundary, and a chain multiplicative buff. So you can see why Bonnie's a very nice unit for damage. As for Big Mom and Ulti, they are going to proc the X Super of our Kaido, so very important characters. Big Mom is also a boosted unit of the treasure map, of the Kizuna, so she's going to be dealing a lot of damage. Besides being proccing the X Super and being a stat stick, she's not really there for anything. We're not going to use her special at all in the quest. Ulti is going to give us a chain, a color affinity as well, in addition to being a procer for the X Super. We'll use her on stage 2, and she'll carry over a color affinity into the final stage, and that will allow us to get around the interrupt for the color affinity on the final stage. Then on the second stage we're going to have, let's see what debuffs there are here. Against stage 2 there's going to be damage reduction, defense up, and also the enemy's going to reduce our HP by 10%. So here we're going to use Junbei twice to give us get us around the defense up and the damage reduction, as well as give us a conditional attack boost. Then we can use the special of our ulti, and then we can just kill from there. We don't have to worry about anything else. We also have chain buffs from Bonnie, so damage will definitely be enough. We also have a full board of Wano orbs because the enemy changes our orbs into Dex, which the friend captain Kaido counts as Wano, so that's very, very strong. Stage 2, we definitely don't have to worry about any damage issues. On the third stage, we're just going to use the special of our Kaido as well as his X Super for an orb boost, a enemy increased damage taken, a 3x conditional, and then we can also get the color affinity from our ulti. Following that, we can use the special of our Crocodile to change him into the captain and give us a 1.25x attack boost. You may be wondering why it's so low, but there is an intimidation debuff which is going to reduce the 2.25x that Crocodile gives down to 1.25x. So that's going to be it for the quest. We're going to have a very, very high chain, which is going to allow us to get around the chain attack down on the final stage. As for the barrier, it's only one good tap, so just start the chain with either your Junbei or your Crocodile, preferably Crocodile since he isn't even boosted by the friend captain. So start off with the Crocodile, break the chain, and then just tap with the rest of your characters, with Big Mom as well as the friend captain Kaido last. So you can see the damage is quite good for this team. Let's get into the next one, which is against the Inter variant. So once again, running the free-to-play Straw Hats. If you saw my 10-star teams, then you'll know I also use them in the 10-star versus Int team. So for this team, we are using the 6-star form of Gear 5 as the friend captain, not the Super Evolution. We'll be using his Super Evolution in the next team as a friend captain. So how this team works is, also you might be seeing the Cat Viper support. He's a legend. So this is the only character in all these teams, all the free-to-play teams that are not a free-to-play unit. So you're gonna have to let me slide that one time. But how the team works is, stage 1 we get cooldown to our free spirit and powerhouse units. Hawkins and Nami aren't getting that cooldown, but Nami is a boosted unit, so she gets cooldown from the quest. And then also Hawkins is a unit with the potential ability to reduce cooldown, so you don't have to worry about him not being ready either. So how this team works, stage 1 we're just going to kill. Second stage we're going to use the special of Sanji to get around the 4 good barrier, and also give us a chain boundary. We'll then use the special of our Luffy as well as his super type, and from there we can just kill the enemy. Then on the final stage we'll still have an attack boost from our Luffy, and then we can use the special of our friend captain Gear 5 to give us an orb boost and a color affinity boost. We can also use this X super to give us Psy units super type and our free spirit units super class. Finally, we can use Chopper for minus 30% enemy resistance down to give us an even higher attack multiplier. And also Chopper is a free to play boosted character with that works on the team, so he's basically just there for stats and also the Cat Viper support. The Cat Viper support is going to get around the 2 turns of the attack down and 1 of the turns of the bind. We'll then use Nami to get around the remaining 5 turns. Unfortunately, we don't get her conditional boost since the enemy has immunity. And then also Hawkins is going to provide us a 1.5x enemy increased damage taken. The enemy has full immunity besides increased damage taken, so Hawkins is a nice character to use for that. So we also that we have an attack boost from Luffy, orb boost color affinity from our Gear 5, a chain from our Sanji, we have enemy resistance down with Chopper, and enemy increased damage taken with our Chopper, as well as the X super giving us super type and super class. So we are good to go with this team. Also remember that our Luffy, our Sanji and our Nami are all boosted characters, so that helps them even more. And as you can see, that shows in the damage. This is a 1.2 billion damage team, so I'm very happy with this one. Let's get into the next and final team of the video. As for the final team against the strength / quick variant, so this is I think this is a first happening in SUPERBOSS where there's a 50-50 chance of it being either one type or another. And I'm not too fond of this. I mean, the whole point of this is that you're trying to build a team that is a glass cannon. It can go full on against one type, but then you have to find a way to divide your damage. It's very annoying, but it's fine. All of your units get cooldown on this quest. They really want you to use the super evolution of Gear 5 Luffy, and we definitely are for this team. We're using Gear 5 Luffy as a friend captain in his super evolution form. So Gear 5 Luffy works very well with one of every type on the crew, so immediately it clicked to me that Big Mom was going to be the best free to play option for this, since she also works very well on one of every type. So she's going to be a 5x captain, and she's going to completely handle stage 2 by herself. Stage 2 can be completely ignored with this team, since we get 9 turns of despair that gets completely eradicated by the utility in Gear 5's captain ability. And then we get special bind of 99 to our cerebral characters, and we're not running any cerebral characters, so you don't have to worry about that. So just use Big Mom special stage 2. We have full board of similar orbs which are counted as beneficial, a 1.25x attack and color affinity, and then a 3.25x orb boost. We can demolish stage 2, no worries. Against final stage, either strength or quick, Gear 5 Luffy, when there's one of every type on the crew, is going to make himself deal rainbow damage, so he's going to be dealing a lot of damage. And then we're going to have 1 dex and 1 quick unit on the team, so they're going to either, based on the type that the enemy changes to, they'll also help with type advantage. Then you will have super type as usual, so reduce damage, and they'll also have immunity to everything except increased damage taken. So our Gear 5 Luffy friend captain, his X super is going to allow us to give the enemy increased damage taken, which is very nice. We get a full board of super block orbs which can't be changed, except with the new super evolution of Luffy who changes super block. So I mean, I don't know what the point of super block is anymore. I mean, I guess it's just like a more difficult super block. I mean, a more difficult block orb. I mean, because you can remove it now, so it's kind of defeats the whole purpose. But I mean, I'm fine with it. Gear 5 Luffy 6+ is going to completely eradicate those block orbs, turn them into matching. He's also going to make regular matching orbs count as 2.75x multiplier, which is usually a 2x. So they're even stronger than Wano orbs now, which is very, very good. Luffy is also going to give us, all types are going to get super type with the Luffy's X Super. You need 3 Straw Hats or one of the other units in his X Super to proc it. So we are running 3 Straw Hats on the crew, being Brook, Frankie, and then Sangoro / Zoro. That was a bit restricting that we had to do that, but it still works out. This team is very strong. Final stage, we can use the combination of Carrot as well as Frankie, which does need to be level 1 break 5. Frankie does, to get around all 6 turns of the defense up. Carrot will give us the 1.75x attack boost, which will be buffed to 2x when we use Gear 5 special. Gear 5 will also give the crew a 3x orb boost, and then Frankie will give us a universal color affinity boost. So usually his color affinity isn't universal, but if you are using one of every type, then Gear 5 will make all damage boosts count as universal, which is such a liberating effect. I'm so glad about that. I'm honestly very happy with Gear 5 Super Evolution. It's a very interesting and I think very strong and potent Super Evolution. Some people will not like it, but I mean, I'm very happy with it. So very nice that all of our damage boosts are counted as universal, so everyone can share them. Then we also have Sangoro, which is going to give us a 2.25x chain boundary, and then Brook is going to give us the attack down reduction and also a base attack boost. So with all that, we can just kill from there. We'll have a bunch of damage boosts, so you don't have to worry about that. You can add a chain boosting support if you have these units, but they aren't exactly free to play if I'm not mistaken, so that's why I didn't put them on the initial composition. So let's just see quickly who are some of the options here for a chain boost. We have Big Mom, you can use Perispero, which is a 0.4 chain booster. So I do recommend using one of these guys if you do have them. And most of them are quite old units, so you should be able to have them. There's Koshido, which is a 0.7. Otherwise, you could just use that Jumbo, which is a very minor chain boost. But anything helps. So that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about these teams, ask them down below in the comments. And if you did enjoy the video or found it helpful or going to use any of these teams, then leave a like button, hit the like button, and also subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and I'm out.